Right, so today what I'm going to do is show you how to make a traditional Indian kachumba, which is a type of accompaniment, a side salad, very much like a salsa, but a bit sort of fresher in its flavours. I'll just talk you through the ingredients first of all. On the board here we've got everything we need for today. Some coriander, some cucumber, some tomatoes, a lime, some salt, and some mustard oil. Now that's probably the only thing you can't get straight away, but actually you can order it online. There's some really good quality purveyors out there if you were to be interested in getting that. You can use another substitute. Olive oil works just as well, but actually the mustard oil gives it that authentic Indian flavour. So first of all, what you've got to do is you've got to take your cucumber, and I tend to cut it in half first, and then cut it down the middle, like so. And then we take our spoon. We don't need the seeds at all, so we're going to completely take the seeds out. So if you have a look, to scrape out the inner watery bits, that's basically just to take the moisture out, because otherwise we're not going to have so much of a crisp salad, more of a soup. Especially when you add salt to it, it ends up being very watery unless you take these bits out. So we do that, and you get these nice little boat shapes. Similarly with the tomatoes, we don't want the inner seeds and pulp of the tomato at all. We're only really interested in the outer skin for this. Okay. So what I do is I take the tip of the knife and cut round like that. Most of the seeds then actually come out. I'll do the same with this one. There you go, nice and empty. Right, the next thing we're going to do is start to process the elements into little dices. So again, what I tend to do is I tend to cut the half in half again, like that. And then I take this section and I just cut it into batons, like so. And then I take the whole bunch like that, and I just cut it into a sort of long dice, I suppose. Right, okay, so we process that. If we take a bowl from under here, if we just scoop all of that off, lovely. Now up to the tomatoes. There's two things I like to do to the tomato. There's a tiny little hard bit there that we don't really want in the finished dish. So what I tend to do is do a little V cut, like that, and then that bit just falls away. This also helps in a minute, I'll show you why. This helps you to do another thing as well. So now this is the bit I like to do, it's my great pleasure in life, is you take a little cut down the top there, and then you get your tomato and you squash it flat, and you squash it with the soft side down, the skin side up. And then you very thinly slice your tomato again, like so. Turn it 90 degrees, and then slice again into little cubes. There you go. Right, that's our tomato processed. Again, just scoop it into your dish, and we will incorporate it later. Right, next thing I like to do is add the lime. The lime actually helps to keep everything nice and bright in the colour as well. So actually it serves two purposes, but it also gives it that citrus cut against the oil. So I like to get my lime juice flowing by giving it a good old roll around, because that breaks all the cells up inside it and it makes it really easy to get the juice out of. Cut it in half. Lemons are very rarely used in India. It's much more common to be using limes, which they call nimbu. So try and keep it as traditional as possible. I'm just using my fingers to get all that juice out. There we are. Right, next we will get some of the coriander. Now most people think that the leaves are where it's all at. Certainly they do have a certain flavour and have some flavour, but most of the flavour in coriander is actually in the stalks. It's not at all the case. And also for this particular salad, I like it because the stalks add another texture, another bit of crunch. This is all about adding crunch. So all I'm doing really is taking the fine tips of the coriander. I'm going to add some leaves as well, but actually the stalks for me are where all the flavour is. So about that much, which is a small handful, I'd say. That goes in, and I'm going to pluck a few of the leaves and leave them whole, and they're just going in as well. Indians are hugely in love with coriander. It goes in everything, or in lots of things I should say. A bit of salt now, good couple of pinches. Don't be afraid of the salt. Again, it helps to start to work to soften the salad slightly with the lime. Now this is the thing that is probably the most interesting of this, is the mustard oil. This is like the stuff that we're using today. We actually import directly from India. This is about as good a quality as you can possibly get. It's actually cold pressed in much the same way as you cold press extra virgin olive oil. So it's incredibly powerful. The smell is really, really pungent. It's delicious. So we just pour in about, I would say 2 tablespoons, about that much. Okay. And then all we're going to do to finish the salad is just incorporate it all together. Get that looking nice and silky. Okay, and believe it or not, this will make or break a curry sometimes, is having something on the side just to cut through the anything that's rich. It also helps to cool your mouth a little bit, and it is absolutely delicious. So there you are, I hope you enjoyed that. Jasmine's going to show you a couple of other things. Thanks very much.